Good evening, everyone. I hope everyone had a good day today. Great learning, as always. People, purpose, and passion. I think if we just put these three words together, it summarizes what life is all about. You describe people as ordinary people, you describe people as extraordinary people. What would one individual actually want to be? I think it's a very personal choice. Certainly, we want to think if we are on this earth, there must be some purpose behind it. Again, one really wants to look at what was that purpose. Again, it's a very individualistic thinking. And they say life without passion, that life can never be even ordinary. Forget about going to the level of being an extraordinary life. Today I was watching the semi-final of the tennis match which Nadal won. And when he was asked, with all these injuries and comeback, and one of the reasons, how is it possible, and the reason he gave is, he still has passion for the sport. And today everyone needs to ask themselves what they do in life. Are they passionate about it? People said how some of the things told over here was how our lives have become comfortable with cell phones and blah, blah, blah. But realistically speaking, that a lot of cell phones may be used to call someone, may be used to find your way going from one area to the other area. And that passion that we describe that we have for what we do, if one was to see how much time is put into social media while at work, a lot of people may be able to describe that passion to themselves. Something which, as a discipline, we struggle to get people out of it. When I asked this question in Vietnam to a VP of the company, that do people love cell phones here and social media, they said they just love it. What about when they are at work? And her issue was, what do you mean when they are at work? They said they'll never use it. I said, what if they use it? Do you have some policy? And her answer was, they would never use it. It's something, a discipline that they are grown with. India's exports on the whole, what we really come to understand is around 3% of the global exports. And we've spoken a lot about the challenges we face. I'd probably say, look at from the other side. We have an opportunity of 97%. And we are wasting that opportunity. Wherever people are doing whatever they are doing, in the end of the day, they are people. But if you presume those people are more efficient than you, then you really have a problem. There are a lot of things that are said about India, creativity. I think even that creativity somewhere is becoming history. And if we don't take the challenge to change this new India, there will be very little hope that this industry and this country could possibly have. What are the countries that we really see a threat that is to us? Let's talk about Bangladesh, let's talk about Vietnam, Cambodia. These are probably the three countries where the infrastructure to their raw material is so minimal. That if we were in their position, we might even say, what do we have? We don't have raw material, we don't have this. Some of these countries even have to import stitching thread to manufacture a garment. we need to understand where we lack. And I think one of the major issues, and there's no shame behind it, that we need to understand that when it really comes to manufacturing, we probably are not the best country today in the world. The British, when they ruled us, they made it very sure that industry in this country was in ruins, which they were very successful in doing that. I think there is a lot of WhatsApp group going on where a minister has spoken on this issue, that they only saw India as a consumer market, and the big threat of India was that if it became a manufacturing giant, it would actually put the British Empire into a lot of trouble. Once we got independence, I think one of the major aspects of the government at that point was actually the Green Revolution, that they wanted to see that everyone had food, and manufacturing was never agenda as an employment purpose. A lot of manufacturing actually happened by accident. Today, a lot of these things are being realized. We still tend to get into a comfort zone of manufacturing what we feel we know, and that is all what we can deliver, and we believe that is the best. And that's why I continuously say that what you really cannot do, there is no shame in understanding that. What OGTC has today is trying to give you a platform, is actually to understand what is all available in the excellence of manufacturing. There is no doubt about it. When someone said we could actually double our exports without even increasing our manufacturing capabilities, which is true. We need to understand that. We need to get into that performance. Any organization in the end of the day, if every month cannot have conversations as to what we have been able to do to improve our competence in the last 30 days, those organizations may have very little time to exist. This changing world, you can either change with the world or miss the bus, as everyone said. Yes, there are challenges, there is no doubt about it. You don't consider that as a problem. So we need to see what our strengths are. I certainly believe the turnaround time when the person spoke from Bangladesh that we are seeing India as a threat, actually he is not wrong. The turnaround time for India has come. And one of the reasons why turnaround India has come is we were too relaxed. The customers are paying us. We know it's time to change. We do see a huge change happening in the industry. I personally believe the time to change for India in the next 3 to 5 years, India could be one of the best and the largest manufacturers in the world. And I sincerely hope that all of you will go home with the thought that being the best is only what you want. Good has no place in this world anymore. Thank you very much for being here. And we sincerely hope to see you next year. Mr. Kesar may be announcing the dates for next year. We are even open to ideas where people would feel that they feel which are pinching subjects to their industry. If you can send us, mail us those subjects, we would always look into those, do studies on that, and try to ensure best possible help on that area. Thank you. Thank you.